Welcome to our ET Talks holiday party, everyone. We are so excited to have you here. If you are here on Zoom with us, we will be inviting you up in just a couple of minutes. If you are in our Facebook group and you would like to be on Zoom in our family atmosphere, then the link is posted in there. So come on in and then you can share, not share, listen, talk, however you would like to do that. And then this recording will stay in the Facebook group as well. So, however, one comment, if you're not on the Zoom and you're in the Facebook group watching live, you need to make a comment so I have your name in our wheel for giveaways, because that was one of the things we said is that our giveaways are going to require somebody to actually be with us live. So we have some good things to give away here. So be sure to just make a comment. It can just be hi, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate, or anything else so that we can see your name pop up. And I will be following that and we'll do that. So Diann, I will turn it over to you.
Okay, well, I'm going to say the same thing. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. This is a fun time of the year, and we decided to have fun and to give away. You know, uh, it's a time to give gifts, and it's a time to share joy. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We do have a few things, and I hope they're what you would like to get. Great Christmas gifts, and you can share them or you can keep them for yourself. So the first thing is this year has been a remarkable year for us. Uh, the Diann Shaddox Foundation for Essential Tremor has grown just leaps and bounds. And we have got so many people who are joining us, and it is a great time of the year to celebrate what has happened over the year. Uh, you know, we've grown with our Be Counted. I don't know if any, sorry, voice tremors are going. Uh, we have grown with our Be Counted because when I first found out I had essential tremor, I felt alone. And that I hear daily from everybody.
Yeah.
So we were changing that. And our Be Counted, it's worldwide. We we don't care. We want everybody throughout the world to join us. That is on the website. All you have to do is put your name, your email, because it's email, and where you're from. If you want to add anything else, that's fine. But we're over 38,000. Now, guys, where are you? Because we're millions. And let's make a difference in 24 with our Be Counted, because we have strength in numbers. And that is what everybody listens to. All the governments, the NIH, doctors, everyone is strength in numbers. So that is one thing that we've got going on, that don't miss out, because we're not alone and Be Counted. So, Darlene, are we inviting everybody
Yes,
in?
we are. So I'm going to bring people up right now, and you can either, if you're here on Zoom, come on up as a panelist. You're not required to talk, but come on up so you can, we can see each other's faces. It's more fun that way. But you don't have to say anything if you're not comfortable. That's okay. But that way we can just join together. There's actually brain science behind seeing each other's faces. It actually gives you a little release of oxytocin, which is a wonderful brain chemical that helps with overall happiness and joy, which is wonderful for this time of year. And I think, should we start off, Diann, with a giveaway right away?
Sure.
I think we
I
should.
think so.
I think
Uh,
so
is
too.
Hi,
All
Laura.
right. Well, let me just be sure that I have we have a few people who are here already in the Facebook Zoom, and I will double check and make sure we haven't missed anybody in the group yet. I haven't seen anybody in the group making a comment. And then I'll share screen and we will spin. What would you like to give away first? What should we give away first? I know you have some giveaways. I have some giveaways. What do you think should be
right.
the first thing?
Well, if I give away a faded cottage, I'm going to talk about it. Are we ready to? Do we
I
want
think,
to wait?
no, let's talk about it. I think that's, you know what? That is one of the very first things, right?
Yeah,
That you did. So I think it's very appropriate to talk about that right now. And so I'm going to spotlight
yeah.
you and then we're going to spin when you're done sharing about that. And somebody will get that wonderful book. Okay.
Hello, Jason.
Oh, hey, Laura. That's a cousin.
Really?
And
Awesome.
but she's married to my cousin, but Laura has essential tremor.
Well, it's
So
genetic. It's not a
good to
surprise.
see you, Laura. Okay, a faded cottage. One reason we're here, sitting here, is because of a faded cottage. I wrote a faded cottage years ago in 2000. Yeah, it was 2010 is when I finished a faded cottage, and it is the reason that we are sitting here. I wrote this book, and it was on my birthday. This book was written out of frustration for having essential tremor. It was written December the 18th, which will be Monday. And now it has been out 10 years, just like the foundation. The foundation and a faded cottage were together. And a faded cottage is about an artist who did magnificent paintings. He lived in New York, and he began to tremor and found out he had essential tremor. And his life of painting great masterpieces stopped. So he left his life in New York and moved to the beach of South Carolina to an old, worn out, faded cottage. And this is his story of only 2 weeks. It's a Christmas story where he is reunited with his teenage love, and he learns to handle his essential tremor, and he comes face to face with it. And it's a story that tells people how devastating essential tremor is, but it's not the end all. And it's a great love story, Christmas story, and a story to explain essential tremor. So oh, and the first words of the book is happy birthday, dumbass. And that's what I did. These were going, and I sat down to type, to just write something to work on a book. I have other books out there, and they wouldn't work. And anybody with ET, you guys know, it really gets frustrating. So I said, happy birthday, dumbass, and typed that out. And the book I wrote that night. So this is a wonderful book, and I hope you will enjoy it. So, Darlene, we
Wonderful.
will.
Yes. So let me screen share. So right now, this is who we have on the Zoom, and I haven't seen anyone make a comment yet in the Facebook group. So it's the four of you who are spinning for this book at the moment. So listen, if you're in the Facebook group,
Well,
you can stay in the Facebook group, and that's fine. But just make a comment so we can add your name to the list. Okay. So we are going to spin right now.
This is cute.
and see who wins. I love this. I use this all the time in my other programs. So. All righty. Looks like Marilyn, you have won your very own copy of A Faded Cottage. So congratulations to you. What we will do is if you will send me a message, either, okay, so you have multiple options. If you know how to use direct messaging on Facebook, you can send me or Diann a message. Or you can just reply to the email that you got earlier today and yesterday with the information for the Zoom. So that is with your address, and then we will get that sent out to you.
And this will be signed.
Congratulations, Marilyn.
Yeah, this will be signed. So leave who you want this signed to, if it's to you or whoever. So that's great. And stay tuned. We may have another one to give away.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Diann, one thing I wanted to make a comment about
Okay.
is if you are part of Be Counted and you are on Facebook, please join our worldwide Facebook group. It is a wonderful interaction between people who are going through the same thing you are. And they share stories and all kinds of things. So we encourage you to get onto the Facebook group, please.
We do, because you will get a lot of information, and that's what we all need, is all the newest information coming out. So that's great. Yes.
You're going to find some new friends too, trust me.
Absolutely.
We have a number of our members on the group page that are becoming very, very good friends, and they're in very much in communication outside of the Facebook group. So
right.
Definitely. And we have our first comment in the Facebook group, Alexandra Baker. So hi, Alexandra. And we've got you added for the next round of giveaways. Don't worry. We're going to be doing giveaways all throughout the program today. So yeah, so absolutely.
Our worldwide group, by the way, just hit a new record high.
What?
Tell us.
And we're approaching 10,000 participants.
Yay! That's
and it's
awesome.
heavily policed. We try to keep all the riffraff out of it.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, but I'm on it every day. We try to keep it ET and tremor oriented. So if you want to join, if anybody sees anything in there that doesn't look right, all you got to do is report it. It comes to me, and then I eliminate it.
Or share.
For me, yeah, I've set up a bunch of filters.
I've got a big delete button.
My goodness.
No, I set up a ton of filters recently because we were getting hit really hard by hackers in the last couple of weeks.
Right.
So,
yes.
But we can't catch it all. So like Randy said, report it.
Yes, let us all know. I don't keep up with it as good, but let us know. And it's a fun group that is, you can talk. You can say what's on your mind, and it's okay. It's all right. We don't judge.
Nope.
No, we do not judge.
No.
So that's a good thing that's going on. So we got our Be Counted, and then we've got that. And another thing is, if anybody is interested in becoming you've got to
excuse me, somebody's at my door.
If anybody wants to become a part of our patient council, that is really going to be great. Drew is on it, Dr. Drew Christensen. He's a part of it, and it's all 8 tiers, and you get to talk about ideas, what you want to see happening with ET, or find out what is happening, but ways for us to help everybody with ET. More minds helps us all. We need more ideas and anything you can do. So if you would like to join the patient council, just go to the website. It's on the website. You can fill out the form, or you can message me, and we will get you on board. And it's not going to take a lot of time. We haven't decided exactly if it's going to be quarterly, probably. And it's just a Zoom meeting. And again, it's with ETers. So it's relaxed. It's not like a big board meeting or something. It's a fun time. So remember patient council. So that's another thing.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Oh, go ahead, Jason. Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. I am a week out from DBS
Oh, wow.
surgery, so I am bilateral. Pardon me, I'm speaking a little slow because everything is slow right now. I'm really looking at getting involved in the group. I was part of the largest bereavement group for parents, and I will send some information. Who do I need to reach out to about this?
You can do me, Diann.
Okay, Diann.
And it's
Okay.
Diann.
Okay. I'm still going through the healing process of coming out from the DBS surgery. It was amazing. I'm not shaking for the first time in 25 plus years. And it was brain surgery, right? But I'm so fortunate that I have a doctor from Romania who came to my small town, and he specializes in this. And his name is Dr. Sebastian Koga. And I'm sure, with getting to know you guys more, and I don't know how I got this link, but I'm so fortunate I think I got it from the IETP, or I can't remember. Things are a little hard right now.
That's
My
okay.
wife just got me out of the house for the first time today.
Wow.
So
Well, you look like you're doing great. So
I'm just running a little slow. That's all. My brain still works great. It's just a little slow. The swelling around the electrodes and everything. It's all
Sure.
good. It's gonna be great. I'm so fortunate, and I'm fortunate to find groups that are active, and groups that I could plug into. And I've always been kind of a giver's heart, and wanting to give into my time and my effort into helping anybody I can, and specifically, since this is such a dramatic thing for me, finding that I don't have to shake for the first time in 25 years.
Congratulations.
that's amazing.
And it's such a blessing. I'm going to have to go, but is the meeting going to be a couple of times today? Did I see that right?
No, we just put Eastern and Pacific so that people in different time
Okay.
zones in the US can figure that out. But so if you have to go, Jason.
Why don't you
Yes,
do it
ma'am.
darn quick?
Okay, so I'm
have to.
gonna go ahead before you go and tell you, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give you a copy of my book, which is called
Oh,
Stop Spilling Your Soup, The Essential Tremor Solution. It is, I don't have a copy with me right now to show you guys, but it is full of, well, Diann has it. Thank you, Diann. Okay, that's great.
It's a great book, Darlene. It's in English. It's not in medical terms.
I specifically
That's
wrote it
good.
like that. I'm glad it comes across like that. Yeah, there's
Good.
over 50 different, it talks about, diagnosis. It talks definitely about DBS and things related to that. So I think you'll be interested.
Perfect.
And it has nutritional solutions, movement-based solutions, all kinds of solutions. There's over 50 solutions to help mitigate tremor, so you don't have tremor as bad,
That
or
would
it
be
doesn't affect you
amazing.
so much. So I'm going to send that to you. So if you will, you have a choice. You can either DM me if you know how to do that on Facebook with your address, and I will send that off to
Okay.
you, or you can reply to the email that you got with this link. So, okay.
It's a
And
great
Okay.
way to
Darlene,
explain.
Darlene, go
Actually,
ahead.
it was
Darlene,
a
go
link.
ahead and put my email and put the website. Put
Yeah,
diann.dsf@gmail.
I I hate to do this. Can I have somebody reach out to because I got this through a link from somebody else from IETPS. I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
But if someone could reach out to me, that would be really great. And I'd like to touch base and see how I can help.
Okay.
Thank you.
Diann, could he go to the website? Maybe
Right.
that
Well,
might
that's
be the
why if
easiest.
put that on
Because if
the,
somebody gave you this link, I might not have your email is the only thing.
Yes.
Or you can just give me
Okay.
your email right now if it's easy, either way.
Yeah. It's my last name. It's Durham backwards. It's MAHRUD, like Marud,
Uh-huh.
Oh,
0268 at Gmail.
Okay. I'll email you. Okay.
Thank you so much, and I look
You're
forward to
welcome.
connecting with y'all.
Thanks for joining.
Take
We
care.
appreciate it. All right.
Yes.
welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay. Wonderful. So, and yes, so that is definitely a resource for you as well. I know, Diann, you have other books as well, and there's links, I believe, on the website to all of these if you're interested, and I believe they're all on Amazon as well.
yes, everything.
So yeah, so even if you haven't won today, don't worry. You can definitely access these great resources. So I wanted
Let's
to
do the
ask,
pen.
what's that?
You want to do the pen?
We can. I
Remember?
was going to ask Drew if he wanted to share anything else about patient
Oh,
counseling
okay.
before we go, just since he's before we do the next one, we're not going. Don't worry, we're here for another 30 minutes, guys. Yeah, just about your, involvement with that.
Well, we just started, and so we're anxious. My vision for my role in there is really to get a feel for what patients want. And my area of specialty is really the alternative treatment of tremor. So I've lived with tremor for 45 years, and I've been in the medical community for 30 of those years. And my journey has really migrated me. I've taken medicine and didn't do well with the side effects of various medicines. And because I ended up sick, and I discovered really integrative and alternative medicine really helped me get better. So I went back and got board certified in integrative and alternative medicine. And that's where my career has kind of led me the last 15 years. And over the last few, I've specifically concentrated on what can be done alternatively for essential tremor. We really focus right now in the ET world. Research is really focused on more medicines that can help reduce tremor, and we're doing also the brain procedures that can reduce tremor. And I would like to see a movement towards more research involving digging into the root causes of tremor.
Yes.
And so that's where my passion is. and hopefully by working with patients in this group, we can get an idea of better of what they're suffering with and what their interactions and concerns are with medicines, with procedures, and start getting the word out to people that there's other things that they can do in addition to the medicine and surgery to help with the neurodegeneration that happens in the brain that causes the tremor. So that's where my passion is really digging into those root causes and slowing down or stopping the neurodegeneration that's causing the tremor and causing the tremor to progress. So I appreciate that. And anyway, that's where my efforts are right now.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing about that. And we are all aligned with that. I know we definitely want to, we have a lot of research ideas, and as we continue to grow our medical board as well. So Drew is on our medical board, which currently I am running. And so anyone here, if you have a movement disorder doctor or therapist or someone related in the healthcare field to essential tremor, and you think that they would be interested in being involved in our medical board, please do reach out to us as well. You can email Diann, or you can fill out the form on the website better, so that we can have your contact information and get them and reach out to those physicians or healthcare practitioners and get them involved, because we have a lot of wonderful ideas that as we continue to expand the organization, we'll be able to set up our own clinical trials along the lines of, some of the non-pharmacologic therapies. But we have a lot of, well, I don't know, Diann, do you want to talk about some of the organizations that we're involved with now, or do we want to do that a little bit later?
Well, let's go ahead and do the
We're going to give away something else. Okay, here we go.
Darlene, looks like we got some more people that may be able to enter.
Oh,
At least they're more in the chat, I think.
okay. Yeah, I have invited everyone up so far, so
Okay.
they have a choice. So, but they're in the wheel, so we're all set with them in the wheel.
They're in the wheel. Okay, our next gift that we're going to give away, I'm not the one to be showing, but it is a
You're
pen
fine.
created by Chuck Beelan, and it is handmade. And Chuck also has essential tremor, and it is a weighted pen to help when you write. So it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. So we want to give this away, and I guess we'll do the little.
We're going to spin the wheel again.
You like that wheel, Diann.
Yes. So if you've won already, we did take your name off. So we have Janet and Laura who are with us here on Zoom, and Alexandra who is in our Facebook group. So we are going to spin for the pen, and it's absolutely beautiful. I have a couple that Chuck sent me. So nice.
Well.
All right, Laura, you are the winner. The beautiful pen. Congratulations.
All right.
Okay.
You will like this because Laura likes to make crafts. And so this is great for her.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah, so so some of the other things that we've done over this past year and that we're going to continue and expand in 2024. So first of all, we're here on an ET Talks, and I think it's important to mention that. So we've had just a number of amazing ET Talks this year. We've gotten great feedback. If you haven't joined us before for those ET Talks, what we typically do is have a guest speaker or two, and then we deliver that presentation style for the first part. And then if you join us on Zoom, then you get to come up like this and ask questions at the end. And it really is a wonderful atmosphere. And recently, some of our talks, we've had people sharing some of their experiences with essential tremor, what's worked, what's been hard. And it really is a very wonderful atmosphere. So we will be hosting those every month. We typically do those on Saturdays so that more people can attend, and we'll get all of those dates for you. But this last year, I mean, we've certainly we've had Drew here, Dr. Drew. We've had Brady Dorn, Dr. Brady Dorn as well. We've had let's see, we had a chef, Chef Virginia Willis last year, who showed us how to make things pretty simple and healthy, because nutrition is a big part of this. We had Richard Steller, who's doing some amazing things as well. We had Julie Warden, who walked us through some wonderful exercises that were very simple to do that we actually did on the Zoom. And so she's got a program as well. And then we had Sage, I believe.
We had Jazz.
Sorry. We had Jazz Pharmaceuticals, who presented last year.
Yes.
One of
We've
their
got others
clinical
that will be
trials.
coming on.
Yes. And so in this coming year, you are going to be hearing a mix. And I want to make this very clear. Like, these ET talks they're all very focused on a particular area. So it's not going to be the same thing every time. It's something a little bit different, and it's all designed to be helpful for you. But we send out emails about the ET talks. Diann posts about them as well. So stay involved in our group on Facebook so you can learn about them. But we are going to have we will have Sage, Jazz Pharmaceuticals, and Praxis, who will be delivering ET talks next year. So they've all got different clinical trials. And one of the cool things that we're going to do, that we're working on right now from the medical board side, is we're going to put together a little quiz for you guys if you're interested in participating in clinical trials, to see which one might be a better fit for you, based on all kinds of things, based on criteria to be in the study, based on geography. So make it easy for you, because I know all the science behind it, right? And as I go to the websites, it can be overwhelming, like all these criteria. Oh my goodness, what is this? So one of the things that we love to do here at DSF is make things simple for you, easy to digest, easy to understand. Is this a good fit for me? May this be a good fit for me or not? And then get you connected with the right people. So we're really excited about adding in some of those initiatives for 2024, but we've got a lot of other really fun ET talks as well. It's going to be a good combination of medical and holistic, mind, body, spirit. We cover everything in here, right? And so you will have an option for all of those throughout the year. So we are excited to have you guys join us for those. So
maybe we might even have a motivational one next year too.
Yeah, we've got a whole lineup of ET talks, and we can do more. We may do more. I mean, it doesn't have to be just one monthly. We will throw in, others when information comes available that we want to share. And I also want to say, Praxis has joined us this week for 2024. So we've got all this working and coming about, and the clinical trials, we want you to understand, are very important. I know there's a lot to think about to do one, but this is how we're going to come up with new medication. And we have to get participants to join these. Everybody doesn't qualify, but you can try. And that's a great thing that's going on.
Well, and
Julie's is going to be great.
Yes, that they don't know, but I do, and Randy does, and Darlene does. We have been approached over the last 10 years by a number of companies. And Diann is extremely diligent in making sure that they're safe, they're legitimate, that this is going to be a good thing for our DSF team. Yes. So thank you, Diann, for doing all of that. She's a busy lady.
Yes. Well, like we said, 2024, we've already named it. It's the year of ET. And we want everybody to join us for this. And it's our 10th anniversary this
Amazing.
year. And it's taken 10 years to grow and get out there and tell people. The biggest hurdle was no one knows what essential tremor is. That was the biggest hurdle. And we are finally making it. So I want everybody to join us, and this is going to be a fun year. So is it time for another book?
I think it's time for another book, Diann. It's time for another giveaway. We said we were giving away things all throughout, and we've still got a couple of people that haven't won yet. So we've got to make sure
We
everybody
need some
wins.
more people to,
Yeah.
well, we want to give away another book of yours.
Yeah, I can give away, yeah, I'm going to give away that, definitely. So we can do that. Yeah. All right. So
One thing about that book too, is if you've got family or friends who want to understand what you're going through, this book is marvelous because, like I said, it's written in English. Anyone can understand it. You're not going to have to be looking at a bunch of different medical terms that you go, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It is. And Darlene, it's an amazing book. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Cher, for saying that. I appreciate it. Yes, I wanted to write it in language that did not need to be interpreted. I know I have an MD on my wall and I know all the terms and medical terms.
We're a world of acronyms and we need to stop that.
Yeah.
Everything.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to spin for another copy of my book here. We go. We'll see who wins. Janet or Alexandra. And don't worry, if you don't win, we have another prize for
Oh
you.
my.
Alexandra, congratulations.
Congrats.
All right. All right. Wonderful. So
That
don't worry,
was
Janet,
wonderful.
our next prize, it's yours. So
We may have to ask her.
I know what she would
Somebody
like.
needs to join from the worldwide group
Yes,
and
absolutely.
get this going.
Yeah, no, this is really good. This is good. Another thing that we wanted to mention is, so last year for March, Essential Tremor Awareness Month, it was amazing. We had so many people from the group who volunteered to come on, and I did little video interviews with a number of people, and
Yeah.
we posted those interviews, and it was, it was a beautiful thing for me to see, because a lot of the time I would chat for a couple minutes with folks in advance, and they would, a few of them would say, "Oh, I wasn't sure I was ready to do this, but now I'm really excited to share my story." And it really was so impactful when we got these stories posted and these videos posted, how much resonated with other people in the group. So we're going to expand that this year. We're going to do more videos. So if you would like to be interviewed for Essential Tremor Awareness Month, it's just a little short, 15, 20-minute interview with me. Be sure to reach out and let us know about that. We'll be sending out an email also as we get into 2024 with signups for that, but you can be thinking about that already. So, because it's something, it's helpful for the group, but it's also helpful for you too. So it really is it's a blessing all around to everyone. So we're going to be doing that for ET Awareness Month again this year, along with some other initiatives. So
Fantastic.
Yeah. Send in your ideas for
Yes.
March ET month. What would you like to see happen for March ET month? So, send in message, do whatever to let us know, because that is what, like the patient council, we need ideas to keep things running to help everyone with ET. That's what we're here for. So anything you can do.
Well, and the thing about the patient council too, Diann, is that it's not just all medical people. It's people who are actually living with this.
Right.
And the thing is that, some of us have experienced a lot of different things. Some of us haven't experienced a lot, but it's a sharing of information. So You know, that's the key to all of this. The less alone you feel, the easier it is sometimes to absorb and deal with this disease.
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely.
So, and our next ET talks will be in January. And we do have, like you had brought up, Julie, who is going to
Awesome.
be doing, yeah, she's
I
fun.
can't wait.
Julie Worsen. So we're going to be getting those out there. So if you're listening, pay attention and look for, the dates when she's going to be doing her sessions in the first of the year. We're going to get those happening. And
If you
we
come to
will have,
one, that's the one to come to.
huh?
It's a
If
good one
you
to
come
start
to
out with.
one,
Yeah.
that's the one to come to.
For
Yes.
sure, for
Oh,
sure.
yes, got to do that. So,
Okay.
okay.
And we did have one other person join on our Facebook group live. So
Yay.
Jimmy
Okay.
Davis, your name has been added to the giveaway list. So don't worry, everyone's going to win a prize. So don't worry. So we're going to spin. What are we going to spin for now? I know we've got some merch from the foundation as well as there's.
Okay. Which do they want? We do have a golf hat.
Okay, nice.
It's very nice too. I have one.
Beautiful.
Yes, you do.
I do.
And so we have that, or we can go ahead with any of my books, or we can go back to just a faded cottage,
It's up to you, Diane. I'm going to spin.
Okay, well, let's,
We
Oh.
want to give away the hat?
we'll give away the hat.
Let's give away the hat. Okay, let's see who's going to win this hat. This awesome hat.
It's a golf
It
hat.
is.
Sweet. All right, Janet, congratulations.
Way to go,
You
Janet.
love that hat. Awesome. Very good. Congratulations. All right. And so what else would you like to give away, Diane? And we will give that to Jimmy.
Okay, well, I've got a faded cottage or one of my books, other books.
Why don't you talk about one of your other books? What are you?
You're welcome, Janet. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, let's do Whispering Fog.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jimmy, you're going to get a copy of Whispering Fog. Diane, why don't you talk about that for a minute?
Okay, Whispering Fog is a time travel. And okay, I'll just read this. One fall night, a mystifying fog captures a young girl from the 20th century and a captain of an old sailing ship from the 18th century, bringing them together. And it was a foggy night in 1959, and Belinda sees an old sailing ship down below, and it's getting too close to the edge. So she tries to help it, climbs down, and she falls off the cliff into the whispering fog. And she ends up on the old sailing ship. And she tries to help the crew. Did the story end that night for Belinda when she fell down the cliff, or was it a dream of a young girl on a foggy night? Fishermen have heard tales and old ship's bell sounding and voices from the fog whispering Belinda's name. But it's a time travel.
That's one
And
history.
it is a really unique book.
Mhm.
So I think they will like it.
And my
Wonderful.
dad did the cover for it.
Yes.
Nice.
Really?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, he sketched that with a pencil.
Wow.
Your father did that? That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So good.
Just an old sailing ship.
he
This
was
is
a good artist.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really neat, and he loved the book. And the story is, if you get into it, because she goes back in time, and it does have a lot of fact with fiction. So that's all my books do that.
Wonderful.
Linda.
Historical fiction. That's my favorite. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, we did a lot of research on that book.
That's
The research box I have, just pages, is like that, the old-fashioned
God.
research.
excellent.
So that's great. And, we just have what's happening for next year and we're all excited. And this year has been wonderful, and we wanted to tell everybody thank you. So
Absolutely. Thank you.
do we need, let's see, there's nobody else? Everybody?
We've covered everyone that was on the Zoom, even if they didn't come up on the video, we covered them.
Right.
And then we covered the folks that made comments in the Facebook group. So listen, folks, those of you that won something, be sure we get your contact information. Either send a direct message to me if you know how to do that on Facebook, or you can just reply to the email that you were sent out with the link for this event, and we will get you your prize. We just need your address to be able to send out those things to you. And then do we want to just mention end of the year fundraising is still open?
Yes.
We shut that.
Yes, yes. Our fundraising is still going on, and to keep what we're doing going, we do need funds, and we need donations. It doesn't matter how small, because every little bit adds up. But it takes a lot to run a foundation, and everybody's sitting here right now. You know, we're working volunteer, and we need to get more people on board, and we need funds to keep our ET Talks going and our website going and all of the programs. Cher, do you want to talk a minute about our family assistance?
We're changing family assistance a bit. The drive is to possibly get into having more resource information available for people. Not so much, you know, it's a stopgap program anyway. It was never intentioned to be long-term, but sometimes people just don't know where to turn. And that's what we're going to be developing next year, is resources of, okay, what have you gone to? What have you tried to get as far as help? Those kinds of things, because a lot of times that's all you need. You just don't know where to go to get help. And
That's right.
It'll be a leg up for some people. So that's kind of where we're going for family assistance.
Right. We're going to, after the first of the year, we're going to get a company come on, and we're going to do an ET Talks about Social Security disability.
Yep.
And the company is going to discuss and answer questions about, you know, anything to help. So that right there is just one part of the family assistance that's growing. And we do, like with Darlene and Dr. Drew, that doctors, you know, we're working to bring more doctors in to help with medications, help talk to people. They have questions. We're going to try and answer questions about medications. And we're going to also try and do a little more during the year about focus ultrasound and DBS. We want to do one of those, yes, that we can answer questions, because it's trying to figure out what your doctor's telling you sometimes gets confusing when you're in a doctor's office. You forget what you should talk about. So we're going to be doing those. But family assistance program is a wonderful program to help people.
Yep. And you know, the thing that we talked about too, Diann, with the advent of virtual visits and more doctors, you know, getting into that, with movement disorder specialists, there is a need for them to have a hands-on with a patient. We have a lot of people in our group that do not have access to movement disorder specialists. And we talked about looking in to see what doctors out there would be willing to do or could do more of the virtual, because we've helped people that were 4 hours away from a doctor.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And if we can expand that accessibility for a lot of people, number one, we might have more people that are getting diagnosed properly.
Sure.
Yes.
And number two, we might have more people that are going to be able to get some kind of help or treatment, be it, holistic, like what Drew does, which might be easier, or medicine side or whatever. But there's a lot of people out there in need that don't have access to that treatment.
Right. And that's family assistance, is to help people who have a lot of questions. And we're going to be working with that. And if you want to join the family assistance to help us with people, that would be great too. Another program we have is our Stop Bullying. So you may be interested in learning more about our Stop Bullying, because children and adults both, in the workplace and school and everything, are bullied. And we've got a Stop Bullying program. We've got our suicide awareness program. We've had many people who get depressed and they need help. And we have the avenues on the website where they can go for help. So that's another program that we have. And as Darlene knows, we have our educational initiative program that we're hoping to get moving on with it. It is to educate the school systems about children with essential tremor. And we've been talking to legislators and school systems and trying to get that set up. So if you have any ideas or anything you can do to help us with the school systems for that the children educational initiative program.
The other education, Diann, that we've talked about too, is police and fire.
Yes.
Making them more aware of what essential tremor is.
Right.
Because honestly, you can't see it maybe, but I wear an emergency medical bracelet 24/7. And I actually have been involved in a medical situation that if I hadn't had this bracelet on, they would have thought I was a drug addict or an alcoholic or something else, and I may not have gotten the treatment I needed.
Right.
They're very cheap. It's worth getting one just to be on the safe side. It really is. Because so few people, including a lot of people in the medical community, do not know what essential tremor is.
I'd like to make a quick comment about the family assistance program. I received a phone call one day from a lady up near Chicago, and she was taking Inderal LA and was devastated because her cost for that per month had gone up over $2,000 in a month. And I took that information and I went to our family pharmacy, and that's the name of it, family pharmacy, and talked to the pharmacist there about her problem. And he said, well, can she take 3 pills a day? And I said, well, I'm sure she can. Well, Inderal without the long active was
very
$2,000 cheaper.
Yeah.
Just a standard Inderal pill, same medicine.
Well, she went to propanol.
Yeah, she finally went to propanol, but her
which
cost
is very
for that
inexpensive.
medication per month went down over $2,000. So those are simple things that people call us about.
Yep.
And we do deal with it, and we do get back to them, and we do take care of them
as best we can.
Yeah, had another guy in Eastern Kentucky that needed a way to get fuel to get to his neurologist, and it's like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah, it was, Randy.
I think it was 2 hours.
But
we funded him with enough gift cards to buy gasoline to get to the doctor and back.
And that was Kroger. Oh, and Kroger is a sponsor now. So Kroger has, helps us with some of this. And like Cher said, all this is short term, but if the funds are in, we help people and we help them with ideas, and there's many ways to help people. We're working with the veterans. So just keep that in mind. And if you want to donate to help us with any of this, we really would appreciate it, because there
Yep.
are people out there hurting, and we do need the funds to keep these programs going and to
I'm proud
get
to
them out
say
the
that
door.
95 cents on the dollar of everything we raise goes to our programs. And
Good.
that's substantial.
One
We're
last
going to try to keep it that way.
one last thing on the donations, Diann.
Yes.
Whenever people think of donations, they think, well, I've got to give a certain amount and, I can't afford it right now. Don't forget, a monthly donation means just as much to us because it's consistent, it's
Yes.
long term. And if you can afford $5 a month, which is a coffee, a latte, in fact, they're more than that usually. That consistent income is wonderful.
Yes, we
But
need that.
Yep.
We need that, because your funds go to our program, and your donations go to, we have our medical alert cards and our medical alert envelopes.
Yep.
And we have also our information cards that you can even hand to your doctor. And all that is your donations help pay for all this.
And that we
And
give those out at no cost.
Correct.
yes. So we have many, many ideas and projects and programs going. So if you can donate, hope begins with you is
Yep.
our slogan for this year. Please go to the website and please donate.
I hate to say it, but our biggest expense is probably ink.
No doubt. Gosh, that's expensive.
I don't know how they rip us off for that price of that ink, but boy, I'll tell you what, it's expensive.
It's very expensive.
And Diann knows how to cut through it pretty quick.
Yeah, she's very good at that. That's good.
I do that.
No, it's important. We need to get information out there. And like we were talking earlier today, even in the medical practices, one of the initiatives, right, of the medical board is to get primary care doctors aware of essential tremor. I can't tell you, as a neurosurgeon, the number of patients that come in and they've got a disc pushing on a nerve in their back, right? And they come in and I'm like, what's going on with this tremor in your arm? And they say, oh, my doctor told me, I'm just getting old. And I'm like, no.
No.
And I do the exam and it's essential tremor, right? Or sometimes it might be Parkinson's disease or something else, but there's so many primary care doctors that just aren't aware of the condition, that it is manageable in many ways with many different kinds of therapies. And so part of the literature that we're talking about is to get that information out as well.
There aren't a lot of neurologists that know about it either.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You're my bells.
Okay. Well, are there any questions that we, Laura or Janet or the folks in our Facebook group that you guys have that we can answer before we wrap up today?
Has Drew got any more words of wisdom for us for 2023?
24.
Well,
Well, 23.
we're on the end of 23.
Words of wisdom. Oh man. So here's some personal experience that I've had the last year. I took my grandkids to Disneyland.
Oh.
And after 3 days of Disneyland, my tremor was significantly worse.
Wow.
And then a second experience happened recently. I recently had a concussion, and my tremor also worsened with the concussion. So these are just two examples of how we don't realize how we can hurt our brains
Wow.
and make things like our tremor worse. And so I guess my message for the year going forward is if we want to improve our tremor, slow down the progression of tremor, we need to really learn how to take care of our brains. And medicine, although it will help the tremor, it doesn't help us take care of our brains.
No.
And so that's really my message as we finish off the year, go into the new year. Let's make it a year of learning how to take care of our brains and our health so that we can slow down the progression of tremor and even improve tremor. So that would be my take home.
That's a great message, Drew.
It is.
Thank you.
That is a great message, Dr. Drew. Thank you. Laura, you had your hand raised. How can we help you?
Yes, Cliff and I recently had to fly to Dallas, a trip we hadn't done, a flight that we hadn't done in over 30 years. And going through Love Field terminal, I was having to keep up with a porter who was pushing Butch in a wheelchair. And I found my tremors just went over the top, not only in one hand, but in both hands. And it took me probably a good hour to settle back down. And because of that, I've decided that maybe not taking medicine wasn't the right path for me. And I've since started with
Propanol.
Yes,
Wow.
thank you. And it has also helped my blood pressure. But
Good.
that's my experience recently.
Next time, have them push you too. I do it all the
I
time.
know, right? My goodness.
Yes.
Yes.
I've been doing it for years.
Yeah, any stress on the brain or the body is going to cause an exacerbation, a worsening of the symptoms because, your body, your brain, all of that is designed to work together. So when we stress one part of the system, like even if you stress the heart, right? And so with high blood pressure, that actually takes resources from the brain that could be used to provide smooth movement and has to divert some of those resources towards the heart, right? And so, yeah, all of those things are very important. And it's important if you have to go through some sort of stress like that, or Dr. Drew, you were talking about going to Disneyland, right? Is to take time to recover afterwards, right? It's not just a stopping of whatever the activity is, but allowing your body time to heal more so than you would normally for other daily activities. So,
And it is okay to ask for help.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
And that is one thing, ETers, I think, kind of feel like
Don't do.
it's okay. We're not that bad off, but we do need help. And when you're in a situation, ask somebody to help you, because the more you try to do it, the more the tremors are going to grow. And then it just makes everything worse. So, and Drew, I agree with you 100%. And in 24, we are going to focus on the brain. I want to get as much information and research doctors to work on finding the root, the stem, the place where ET comes from and what is happening. Because that is, as we keep focusing on the tremors, but we're not focusing on where essential tremor comes from.
You got it.
And that is what I want us to find out more about essential tremor in 24. The year of ET.
Yes.
Yep.
We are going to do it. We're going to get
Merry
more
Christmas,
information
everybody.
and everything.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy holidays. Be
Happy
safe, your
holidays.
family.
Holidays,
Very
Merry
peaceful.
Christmas. We will see everybody soon in a couple of weeks.
That's
Ho,
right.
ho, ho.
For a Happy New Year.
All right.
Y'all be good.
Okay, take care.
Thank you.
Bye.